Hello there everybody, this is Graham, my son is the Collector75 and welcome to another Transformers KO review. This one being probably one of the best KOs that I've actually ever bought, and that is saying something. I mean, I've got some really good KOs. This is, I think, this is the Voyager, somebody, whoever makes them. It is a last night Voyager class Megatron, but obviously oversized to leader class, and it's just fantastic. Now, the original, before I knock all my lights down, there we go. Yeah, the original is obviously this one, and now this is probably one of the best Voyager class Megatrons from the movies that you're likely to get. It is a pleasure to own. You don't say that very often, especially these days. It looks good, you know, as Cybertronian jets go. It transforms. It's fun to transform. Once you've transformed it once, you know what you're doing, but it's still good and it's still involved, and I really like it. My only gripe with it is that it doesn't have the face sort of reveal that, you know, the leader class version has, but that is it. Other than that, it is a great toy. But this knockoff oversized one, I'm going to pop him over there for the moment, just out of the way. This one is just huge, and it's been improved because now it's got this lovely copper paintwork on there. It's got a full red clear plastic cockpit. It's got the little Cybertronian writing all over him on the wings, whereas obviously this guy doesn't. Now I think the leader class version of the actual Hasbro version does have that on it, but I know this one doesn't, so that's a nice improvement. But these outer wings are die cast. There's a few other die cast parts hidden in around him somewhere. It is just good, and I think they've even included, if that tab's in there, yeah, a few extra tab-in points for these sort of like bits under here to tab onto, because I don't believe they do. No, it's missing a couple of, I don't know if it's going to show just right where my fingernails. As you can see it there, there's no tab, but on this one there's a tab. Just I'm going to use his wing to point it to. There's a tab, so it's good they've improved it, and it's heavy and it's fun, and even though it's big and it's a KO, it transforms perfectly, and I love it. Now I'm going to try and do some sort of size thing so you can see it, but it's not the easiest. But you can see it here. I'm going to take some pictures and put them at the end of it as usual, and you can just sort of see it. It is a good double sized. It is brilliant. I love it. And they've even painted some of the thrusters on the back, whereas the Voyager version has nothing. I mean, you know, but that's Hasbro these days. It hardly ever does paint apps these days. But this just looks great. I love it, and it's big and it's hefty, and it is a fraction of the cost of what the official Voyager is. Now my table is bloody giving me the arse. That's annoying. But yeah, but it is brilliant. Right, I'm going to try and transform it on camera. Bear with me because it's not the easiest and it's a big figure. Right, so we're just going to go around here. We're going to start untabbing stuff. Like I said, they've improved it by putting all these tabs on, and then you find out, you try and re-untab it, and there's so many tabs. You got to get the force in the right place without breaking it. Because even though it's a KO and it's well made, you could do that with an official figure. You know, you put too much force here and there, and suddenly you're snapping bits off and everything. So you get these tabs out here, and these tabs do an amazing job, right, of holding the legs into place. Now, bloody hell, they are really tabbed in well. There we go. So once you get these out, you're basically halfway there. And what I really did like about the actual Voyager version of this toy is that these bits here, once you get them out, because now it's tabbed back in, once you get them out, once you put these legs on like this to these wings, you're thinking, oh my god, nothing holds it in place. But these do an amazing job of holding that wings assembly in place, and it is just really, really good. Right, so then we're going to rotate these around. I like doing these bits straight away, and just so it folds them out, gets them out of the way. Raise these up. And then we're going to come to the legs. We're going to fold this section out. These are the arms. We're going to come back to them in a minute. Rotate these around. I mean, these legs are so simple, but so effective at hiding. I mean, yeah, you do get a bit of the legs showing in plane mode, but, you know, what can you do? But it's still effective. Oh, that is really annoying, that table. Sometimes it does it, and sometimes it don't. It really baffles me. So anyway, so we fold these around, and there's a nice little tab that is going to lock into around here, and we come to this one. So you pull the wing out slightly, just allowing you to raise that foot. And this ankle, feet, leg portion, bottom portion, whatever you want to call it, does a really good job of getting him to stand brilliantly, because it's on a little pivot joint there, which helps it due to the transformation as well. And then because you've got a few other motion joints, it just works absolutely sublimely. And then you just rotate that up, bring these assemblies down, and then you've got his lower section done. And then we are going to adjust the camera up to here, and then we're going to see how this does. So there you've got the basic sort of like the bottom section done. So what we do then is you come back around here. Now you've got to untab these bloody arms. This is probably the last stumbling block that I'm going to face. There we go. You see, you've just untabbed them. Then you're going to just bring it all round. Bring it round to the front, rotate them out, just bring the arms out ever so slightly, and then there's a port there with a little tab just in there, and that is just going to nice securely go straight into there. So you bring this one out, do the same, and that just, oh, it's brilliant. I love it. And this is it. This is basically him done. You just rotate this out for his fusion cannon. And an improvement they have done, they have given you a slight cover for the arms, so when you do fold out the hands, like so, you can cover it up. It's still got a hole, but it's not as bad as the Voyager version. Right, so then you bring that out, get his hand out. Like so, and now as also he does have wrist swivel. I'll transform him in a second and we'll do a comparison. The last thing is you just have to get this cockpit and then break it down, and then it all folds down into there, and it does a great job of hiding it. It's a tiny bit of kibble, only ever so tiny. And you just rotate this great head sculpt. Now that is a fantastic head sculpt. I'm going to bring them closer. You're just not getting a better head sculpt than that. I mean, he looks amazing. I mean, the colour. I said it before, I love the asymmetrical look of him. You've got these little things here allowing you to give more articulation out of the arms. It's just good. It's just a good figure. You can move these out as you please, pose him however you like. And with this version, you get this sword. Now, this is, I believe, the first version. This sword was all clear red plastic, but this one has been given sort of like a grey paint to give it a bit of a, don't know, a strange look really, but it's cool. And you can put that in his hand, and he holds it securely. And he is by far one of the best figures that I have owned out of this line. Right, we're just going to transform this other guy quickly. And so here he is with his Hasbro counterpart. And as you can see, this guy absolutely dwarfs this guy. I mean, this is a great figure. If you only end up getting the Voyager. Now, I'm going to stick with the Voyager. Unless, of course, Weijang do like a die-cast version like they did with like Age of Extinction Galvatron, for example. I don't actually, it might not have been them, but there was one. But this is a great toy. And now, to be honest, I prefer the Voyager class toys because I think they scale better. I'm just going to bring in another size comparison. This is the Last Night Barricade. So for me, I always find that the deluxe class go better with the Voyager rather than the Leader. I don't really see that as a great size. Like, if I'm displaying them, I want someone who's going to look like, yeah, he's about right. But that, for a Leader class to that, it don't look right to me. It looks a bit out. So I prefer the Voyager anyway. So having a Leader class that is an upscale version of this Voyager toy is probably the best that you're going to get. I don't own the Last Night Leader class version. I probably may get it if I ever see it cheap enough and I've got the money. So I probably, or if I could see a knockoff version, because the only sort of part I actually like about the toy is the face mask, that you can move it around and everything. Other than that, I would just stick with this, to be honest. I would have stuck with this all day long, to be honest. But it is this Leader, this huge version is just so well made and looks so good. You've just got to have it because it just looks the bee's knees. I mean, I like it how they've improved bits. Like I said, that bit there, if I show you this bit on the Voyager version, it's just got a gaping hole, but at least they've covered up half of it. Shame they couldn't have gone the whole hog, but you know, that's the thing you have sometimes. I'm going to do one more size comparison, and here we have Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. And as you can see, he is a proper Leader class toy, back from the day when they were good, solidly, well, I'll say solidly made, but at least height-wise, and they use all the plastic that they usually use. And as you can see, this Megatron just dwarfs him. I mean, his head is literally coming up to his shoulder here, just around where that Decepticon sign is. So, you know, he's a good chunky figure. A good chunky figure. I'll put in a link in the bottom, in the description below for this toy. It is great. It is a fantastic. There's two different versions. You can get one with this piece, all translucent red, a bit like the sword and the sword, completely translucent. I preferred this version because it was more movie accurate. Well, so I say movie accurate, toy accurate. I just didn't like the red bit there, but I'm sure it looks absolutely brilliant if that's the only one you can get. I don't think you'd have a problem with that. If it was the only one I could get, yeah, I would have stuck with it. So I mean, if I could only get one, it would be this one. Right. So this has been Graham, the Collector 75. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and you've got the notification bell up in the top right hand corner, somewhere around there. And of course you can support my channel using the coffee link below. Right, okay, this has been Graham, the Collector 75. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.